Hello everybody, it's Dr. John, back with more Pokemon Yellow, and here today with me is also Mr. Guppy Cup. Yup, actually decided to take a little bit of something to drink during this recording because for some reason it seems Coffee seems to be pretty much the only substance on the earth that can actually keep my commentary stable. It's either that Coffee has some sort of mystical enchanting LPing powers on me, or then I just have a very severe and weird symptom of a coffee addiction. Either way, we are now back to let's playing this game, and in the previous episode we finished up the road section from Cerulean City to here, at the part of the game that personally I always hate to do. I always hate to do this part at this point of the game when we don't have anything like super repels or anything. Because today, guys, hopefully, for the love of God, during this one episode, we're gonna go through Rock Tunnel. Why do I despise Rock Tunnel, you may ask? Well, let's put it this way. If you thought Mount Moon was a little bit annoying with its somewhat intense Pokemon encounters rate and some of the required trainer battles, oh, you're going to hate Rock Tunnel. Not definitely more, because it's almost twice as bad in there. Maybe even triple. But anywho, how about we actually get on with the adventure instead of bitching about it? And we're gonna start by actually trying to capture something here in the grass, because, well, as my team is right now, I kinda need one more extra Pokemon not as a permanent team member, and hello on the first try! Lucky me! Oh, pressing the wrong button there, Jesus. Anywho, this is the Pokemon that I definitely want to capture here, Magnemite. We've encountered a few of these during our adventures already, but if you ever thought about getting yourself one, this is pretty much the place to capture it. And overall, if you want my recommendation, I actually kind of recommend Magnemite if you're in need of somewhat good physical wall, because Magnemite is actually quite physically defensive electric type Pokemon. However, it does have the minus feature of, well, like I think I already mentioned that Lieutenant Surge's Pokemon Gym, that in this game, Magnemites that, unlike in the later generations, are pretty much weak to ground type attacks, so you better watch out for those. And also, Magnemite happens to sadly, Magnemite and its evolution, Magneton, sadly happen to be one of those Pokemon in Generation 1 that you actually have to spend a few TMs on if you want it to be any use, because on its own, Magnemite or Magneton doesn't sadly learn any that good of a moves. They don't learn that good of a like special attacks or special attacks in general on their own, so prepare to spend a few TMs on this thing. Anywho, we managed to capture ourselves Magnemite, and the reason why I wanted this is because, well, he's gonna work as our HM slave in this cave, because this cave actually requires us to use a certain HM that we acquired along the way here. Quite a while ago, actually. She! My god, get the tenderize these way to heal our Pokemons, and I'm gonna take a sip. Okay, so we got Magnemite. Oh yes, and as you can probably tell, few of our members from last time are now stored in the PC deposit, and Trotsy is actually out because he's actually gonna be kinda helpful for us to for us when we try to get through the goddamn cave, because just like in the Mount Moon, there are quite a few trainers in there who really like to use poison type Pokemon, so Drowsy is pretty much quite a tank in our team currently against them. So definitely want to have in there. Anywho, the HM that we need is HM05. That's all we need. And those who have already forgotten what HM05 was, since we acquired it quite a while ago. Wow, voice crack. This thing is Flash! Yep, pretty much a move that we never had to use before for anything is... Well, basically the game is now forcing us to teach it on one of the Pokemons that we have. And, well, Volter or Drowsy in my current setup would have learned it, but I really don't feel like wasting this item on them, especially not on Volter, because, like I said about HM moves in the past, once you teach them, you can never delete them. Ever. You cannot replace them, you cannot delete them, so be really careful on what Pokemon you're going to teach what HM moves. Some are good for battle, and some, like this Flash, which, okay, admittedly it can be sorta useful in battle as it lowers enemies' accuracy, perhaps a little bit more than like Sand Attack or some other equivalents in this game, but it's still not that good of a move, so it's pretty much only required for you to lighten your way through dark caves. That was a trainer. I'm not going to fight her right now because we need to get through this cave, and hey, I wonder how I should proceed with this, because the thing is, if there's any redeeming quality about this game, it's that there's no items to pick up here. Basically, as long as you know the road, which I don't remember on top of my head, so I actually have my very old torn out guide here beside me to help me out. Now seriously, this bricky guide, it quite frankly looks like it came through a bricky shredder. I don't know what the hell did I do it in the past. But anywho, I have my guide here to help me to find the fastest road, but sadly there's quite a bunch of more required trainer battles in this game compared to Mount Moon, which is going to eat our time quite a bit should I try to do this normally. Plus I would pretty much run out of any material to talk already before the halfway through this game, because it may not be necessarily as complex as Mount Moon was, but it's long. It's still long. So, although we already had one in the previous episode, then making these really kinda seems a little bit unprofessional in a certain sense, but I really don't see any other option to save your time and my time as well everyone's patience than to do a quick montage of me going through this game. I hope you guys don't mind about it, and this time I'm actually going to bother to edit the speeded up part unlike last time. Seriously, I don't know how the heck did I screw up. How did I miss editing the speeded up montage in the previous episode? I guess something just tilted in my head. Anywho, one more sip from the cafe. Let me actually, now that I actually just remembered, briefly go through what Pokemons you can actually get in this game, because I'm kinda planning to start montage immediately as I enter this game, so I really don't have time to talk about it then. So basically, the Pokemons that you can get here in Rock Tunnel are, well, your usual Zubat and Geodude, but here at Rock Tunnel you also now have the chance to capture Matchup, should you ever have wanted one as your fighting type Pokemon. As a personal standpoint, Matchup if you don't mind your fighting type Pokemon being rather slow, then be my guest, pick it up as outside of its speed, it's going to evolve into one heck of a powerhouse Pokemon. Sadly though, unless I recall wrong, Mudshot happens to be in one of those evolutionary lines that require to actually trade its second evolution in order to gain the third one, so yeah. Kinda worthless to catch in a sense, unless you have a friend to trade with. And the other Pokemon that you can capture in this game is Onix. Now, sadly, well, Onix basically has the same curse as Geodude. It has quite a bit more physical defense compared to Geodude, but sadly Onix is also, just like Geodude, extremely weak against super effective special attacks. Basically, any grass or any water type can wipe it out in one good clean hit, if it's a strong water type. And even if it isn't, weaker ones are still bound to do a hell of a lot of damage. Outside of that, I don't know, if you're really desperate and cannot think of any better physical wall, be my guest and capture yourself Onix in here. Okay, that's the quick Pokemon briefing of Rock Tunnel. Now, I do believe it is time to start the montage. Let me just check that my Pokemon are correct. Yep, they are. Frontline looks pretty good. And so, I'm not planning to stop this episode just to the end of the Rock Tunnel. I'm actually attempting to get back to Lavender Town, but anywho, I think I'll see you guys at the other end of Rock Tunnel after the montage. So, here we go! Okay! That didn't took as long as I thought it would. Huh. I guess my childhood traumas about that goddamn place must have made it me recalling it a little bit worse than it really is. That really took so long. But I'm still going to speed up that footage just simply because I really didn't have anything to say in that game. Anywho, check out this bush and you get a freaking maxed eater. Definitely save that. Eaters are quite a rarity in this game. There's not that many eaters in this game, so whenever you find one, stock it up. Store it into your PC for later use. And now we've come to perhaps one of the more darker themed areas in entire Pokemon. Well, I wouldn't say universe, but definitely the darkest and a little bit disturbing place in Generation 1. Lavender Town. Anywho, let me go heal here real quick. We're gonna heal here. I should probably go get coffee refill, but I will not because I think I'm going to end this episode pretty soon. Just going to show / explain a couple of things before I do that. Now here, at Lavender Town, if you ever, by the way, happen to go a little bit overboard with some of your Pokemon nicknames, well, here at Lavender Town, there's an answer to your prayers. Because in here, we got this guy. Hello, I am the official name rater. Want me to write the nicknames of your Pokemon? Well, might as well just see what he has to say about the names I've given. Which Pokemon should I look at? Let's see, what do you think about our G-Breaker? G-Breaker, is it? That is a decent nickname. Decent! It kicks ass, you badass! Nope, no thank you. So yeah, basically, if you ever thought you got a little bit overboard with some of the Pokemon names, this guy here, after rating it, offers you the chance to change it. However, sadly, it does not work on trait Pokemons. You cannot change names of trait Pokemons. Well, I don't know, maybe with the Pokemons that you got like from your friend and such, but none of the in-game traits you cannot change their names, which really kinda sucks because for some reason the trainers in-game have decided to name their tradable Pokemons with the most ridiculous of names. And that's saying a lot, just considering how creative over the years people been getting with nicknames for Pokemon. Anywho, let's see, unless I'm wrong. Well, okay, they're actually starting to selling Revive here. Basically, Phoenix down of this game, and you definitely want. Oh hell yes, Super Repel. So totally gonna buy this here because once again off screen I think I'm gonna head back into that cave and bought some of the trainers there that I missed just for some extra experience and money. Which by the way is the thing that I forgot to mention about Rock Tunnel is that unlike Mount Moon, you can actually trace back to the Rock Tunnel, so if there was you feel like you didn't gain good enough amount of experience or would have wanted to fight some more, you can just simply waltz back into the cave. Unlike with Mount Moon, where you were pretty much, once you left, you couldn't go back. Unless you took the recycle road through Pewter City to Cerulean, but who the heck would have wanted to do that? Anywho, that's what the store offers, Revive and Super Repel. Really, really helpful. Especially Revive because, not gonna lie, it's usually around this point of the game where some of the gym leaders and others are pretty much starting to phone me. To the fact that some of them have annoying gimmicks and some just simply have some ridiculously powered up Pokemons. Anywho, one thing to talk about and show here before we call the episode up is this place. Pokemon Tower. Now, this place, outside of just having this little bit eerie music in a sense, overall is kind of disturbing place when you get down to it, because up till now we pretty much assumed that the worst that can happen to a Pokemon is being KO'd, it can't die. And yet, here at Pokemon Tower, this is basically a Pokemon sanctuary. These people have come here in sorrow to pray for the souls of their dead Pokemons. That is kinda dark, considering just how the game's been so far. Not necessarily dark, but still, yeah, it's kinda disturbing in a sense, especially considering that what we're kinda encountering this tower later on. We're not going to stumble any more about Pokemon Tower today, because the thing is, I guess I could little bit advance in there, but oh, I didn't mean to go back in. But the thing is, we cannot proceed to the highest floor of the tower, because as in the usual RPG style, we basically get cock-blocked. Wow, that sounded so wrong. Until we go pick up or go to view other things in some other locations. So yeah, there's really no point going into Pokemon Tower as of now. Of course you can, if you want just some extra experience or so. No, but I don't feel like doing that, so I'm not going to. We are going to come back here after we do whatever is necessary for us to enable access to the highest floor of the Pokemon Tower. So, on to that low cheapa chapa, considering that this recording is going half an hour long, unless my recorder is absolutely wrong with its timer. I think this is a pretty good spot to stop the episode, I mean. So, Dr. John and the empty-filled Mr. Guppy Cup here, hoping that you guys enjoyed the episode. And until next time on Pokemon Yellow, Dr. John signing out and saying bye-bye everyone, see you later!